Okay, hello and welcome. It's Tuesday, the 18th of May, and last night we had 13F filings, which is always a really interesting point in the year where we get to see a little bit under the bonnet of some of the positional changes that major players in the market, i.e. hedge funds, are making. And there was one big headline, the new big short, which is Tesla and Michael Burry. And I've got head of Amplify Me, Eddie Donmez, is joining me, and he's going to talk us through exactly what that filing showed, why this bet's been taken, and some rationale behind it. So Eddie, how's it going?
Yes, good, another big short, and it's Tesla this time. So there's Michael Burry, obviously very famous investor from the film on Netflix, and I'm sure you've seen it everywhere, The Big Short. He called the subprime mortgage crisis of 2008, 2009, but he's at it again with Tesla. And he's long 8,000 puts against 800,000 Tesla shares. So this is a notional amount that he's short of around 500 million or $500 million. And this is a sizable sum, 40% of his total portfolio. So first, let's dive into what is a put. Okay, so when would they benefit? It's essentially a derivative, and these securities will benefit when the underlying shares, obviously being Tesla, decrease past the strike price. So in this 13F filing, it's not actually disclosed what the expiry of these puts are or the strike price. So we don't actually know if it's in profit yet. However, looking at Burry's track record, it's probably in the green slightly, especially as Tesla's down something like 35% as well. But let's take a look at kind of why Burry's short.
Yeah. Talk me through the rationale.
Yeah, so he's long the puts, but he's effectively short. So he has tweeted and then deleted. He's very kind of he's very wary of the regulatory energy credits that Tesla have been kind of making a lot of money selling to different automakers, and it's kind of widely recognize that Tesla do share those energy credits. I mean, in Tesla's favor, or the argument for Tesla is, why wouldn't you sell them if you were unable to? And the argument for the long-term kind of bull case for Tesla is similar to that of Amazon, right? Why would you not sell those regulatory credits to then invest via CapEx, new factories, gigafactories all over the world, to then lower your long-term costs to then produce, Model S's, etc., Model 3s at a lower cost base, which is like the $30,000 electric car that Musk has talked about quite frequently. Why wouldn't you do that and invest in the future? If Amazon's a perfect example, and now they're, the massive company that they are. So that's kind of the kind of case. However, let's take a look at Tesla and why it's been crashing more recently. It's down something like 15% over the last 3 months. The sales in the key market of China have dropped to 26,000 in April. That's from 35,000 in the prior month of March. They've paused their plans to expand in Shanghai due to the regulatory kind of tensions coming from the administration, so Biden. And a good kind of point that speaks to Burry's play as well, higher rates and the threat of inflation that everyone is talking about right now is hitting those highly speculative names across the board. Tesla is still trading at a 97, pretty much 100 forward price to earnings ratio, which is still rich on a traditional basis. So speaking to Burry's play, he's actually he's basically aggressively positioning for inflation and higher yields. So he's got large call positions on things like TLT, the ultra short ETF, 20-year ultra short. He's got a put on the TLT 20-year. So yes, he's betting on Tesla, the negative price action, but he's also got a more of a macro inflationary bet on as well. So, of course, if you're looking at what's happened recently, inflation up, yields up, lower discounted cash flows going out into the future for the highly speculative names, tech stocks, highly speculative names getting hit.
Okay, so let's pivot back and let's talk about the other big proponent of this, which is Elon Musk. Any thoughts on Elon, about the behavior of Elon on Twitter? And you and I were discussing this the other day. We were like, Christ, he's like the new Trump goes. Someone's got to fill that position as like the dominant force on Twitter. And Elon Musk certainly isn't shy of putting forward his opinion, as we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, he's been kind of picking fights with the Bitcoin mob, probably kind of poking the bear on that one. I think he's so intellectually strong that he does love a challenge, and he loves to pick apart arguments. And he almost doesn't care about the stock price. I think that's worth noting, in the sense of he doesn't really seem to care if it goes up. Hence why he's been tweeting the stock price is too high before. He doesn't really care if he gets hit in the short term. He's now got enough capital for that to be not an issue. So yes, I do believe that he will 100% have something to say about this. Like he's picked the fight with the Bitcoin mob. I definitely think he'll address this in some, probably maybe not directly, but obscurely via some tweets or something like that. But who knows? We might get another movie out of it. That's like The Big Short, which I'm hoping for.
Well, look, just to finish, I was looking at the share price, and downside, I'd just like to mark out 542, which was that low that we printed back on the 2nd of Dec and the low on the 5th of March. Now, yesterday we closed at around 576, but what I'm quite interested in is that we know Tesla is a very popular name amongst the retail crowd. And just by association of The Big Short, I wonder if that, and to what degree behaviorally that has an impact, even though we're talking about one of the world's largest companies. So I definitely would have that on my radar. I think a breakdown, whether that happens today or not, I think a break of 542, we go to 500 ASAP, which would be that previous all-time high that we were seeing back in Sep of 2020. But let's see. A few hours to go yet until the open.
Let's see if Musk responds.
Cool. On that, thanks as ever, Eddie. Have a good day.
Thanks a lot.